name is Brandon Peterson. I'm the Vice President of Product at CoolIT Systems. My team is responsible for working with our customers on designing, developing, validating, and deploying liquid cooling solutions for data centers. CoolIT Systems is the leading designer of direct liquid cooling for data center applications. We do everything from the liquid cooling inside the servers, we call the passive cold plate loops, all the way out to the data center infrastructure side, so the manifolds, cooling distribution units, and all the services associated with delivering direct liquid cooling into data centers. CoolIT helps our customers with a few different challenges. First, we help them with hotspots on chips. Today's chips are getting hotter and hotter. The thermal design power, the wattage of the chips increases. At the same time, we're finding that the temperature you have to keep those chips at is decreasing, so it's getting harder to keep chips cool. So we help with that very localized cooling challenge. At the same time, we also help at the infrastructure level, so any of the room level cooling challenges and rejecting heat out of the data center, capturing that into liquid is a more efficient means of cooling the data center. All of that comes with some side benefits as well, so you have a lot of energy efficiency gains when it comes to direct liquid cooling. You can actually cool the servers with warm water. You don't have to use chilled water. And that comes with some great environmental benefits, and on top of that, the acoustics. So a liquid cooled server doesn't have to run the fans as hard, which creates a more friendly data center environment. The big shift this year, what we've noticed is a adoption of direct liquid cooling in enterprise applications, as some chips are launched from the major chip manufacturers that actually require liquid cooling. There's been more data centers adopting the technology so they can run the latest and greatest chips. So in the past, we used to work with a lot of universities and research centers and groups that are doing probably more supercompute class products. We still work with those groups and they're still deploying a lot of liquid, but this year the story has been enterprise adoption. So high frequency traders, automotive manufacturers, companies looking to leverage HPC more in an enterprise class system. Direct liquid cooling is great for sustainable data centers. We're able to reduce the cost of cooling, all the electricity used that would otherwise be going towards a chiller to get cold water, running the fans in servers. We can reduce the electricity required for those applications because direct liquid cooling is a more efficient means of cooling servers. On top of that, we are able to get more into the space of the racks because we're a more efficient means of cooling. So you can get more servers in the rack, a denser application, takes up less space, less footprint, less data center. So this year at our booth, we're very excited about our CHX500 coolant distribution unit. We have what we believe is the densest coolant distribution unit on the market. So it's a 10U, 500 kilowatts at a 5°C approach temperature. And the idea is that you could actually stack 4 of these units up in a rack to create a 2 megawatt CDU or a 1.5 megawatt CDU with redundancy. So it creates an incredibly scalable coolant distribution unit infrastructure for data centers that are expanding their use of direct liquid cooling. So you can either go for top performance or you can go for that modular approach to adopting DLC in the data center. CoolIT is also showing our updated CHX200. What we've done in this unit is put a 2-way valve into the system instead of a 3-way valve. The implication of this is that it's optimized for heat recovery applications. We had a lot of customers in Europe who were looking to reuse the heat from data centers, and by putting that 2-way valve in there, we're able to raise the return water temperature back up so that they can use that water for something useful like heating buildings. CoolIT is also showing the HPE exascale blade that's in the Frontier supercomputer, so the most powerful supercomputer in the world. So we have a high heat capture, totally fanless solution. We cool the CPUs, we cool the GPUs, and all the low density heat in that server, and we're proud to be partnered with HPE on that system. We also have the Dell C6525. This is a 2U 4-node server doing cooling of the processors. This is a system that is used in more of the enterprise class HPC applications, and excited to show kind of the full range from processor cooling only all the way up to the fanless servers like we show with HPE. CoolIT is also showing our RPU, remote pumping unit. This is used in what the industry calls air-assisted liquid cooling. So customers can leverage the benefits of direct liquid cooling without all the facility requirements, the pumps, the cooling towers, the dry coolers. They're able to deploy this on data center floors without that facility side infrastructure. This is very common type of cooling system that we see in hyperscale applications as they look to deploy liquid cooling. The neat thing about our product is actually we have a patented hot swap pump, so we can actually change the pumps while the system's running. It's N+1 redundant, only needs one pump to run at a time, so you can pull one pump out, push the other pump back in to replace something under a service event.